If you have been trying to generate anime art with AI and the results look off, the problem might not be your prompts. It might be your actual tool. There are dozens of AI art generators out there claiming that they can do anime, but when you actually test them, the results usually feel slightly wrong. Not bad, just not really anime. So in this video, I actually tested some of the most popular tools to figure out which ones you guys should avoid for anime AI art, and more importantly, what actually works. Now, the first thing that you need to understand is why this happens in the first place. Most popular AI tools like Midjourney, Stable Diffusion, or even ChatGPT are trained on everything. Photography, paintings, graphic design, realism, abstract art, and so on, basically the entire internet. And because of that, they treat anime as just another style. But anime isn't just a style. It's a full visual language. It has specific proportions, very intentional line work, distinct eye design, cell shading, and consistent ways of rendering hair, clothing, and movement. So when a general purpose model tries to generate anime, what you get is usually anime adjacent. It looks close enough, but some things always feels off. Now, to test this properly, I used the exact same prompt across all of some tools. Anime girl with silver twin tails, red eyes, wearing a detailed black and gold magical girl outfit with ribbons and a star-shaped brooch, dynamic pose mid-jump, soft evening lighting, cherry blossom petals in the wind. Very specific. Now, this prompt is pretty detailed on purpose. It tests outfit accuracy, motion, expression, and whether the model can actually follow instructions. So to start off, we're using ChatGPT. The results weren't bad at first glance, but when you look closer, you start seeing the issues. The eyes don't fully match anime proportions, the outfit details like the ribbons and brooch get simplified, and the shading leans more towards soft gradients rather than cell shading. The pose also feels slightly stiff, like it's trying to be dynamic, but not quite getting there. It understands the idea, but not the language itself. Then I tested Midjourney. Now this one produces very polished images, and visually it looks impressive. But again, when you zoom in, details start drifting. Accessories blend together, proportions aren't full chibi or anime accurate, and the overall feel leans more toward anime-inspired illustration than something that looks like it came out of an actual anime. Then I moved to a more design-focused tool like Adobe Firefly. This is where you really see the difference in intent. The output is clean and safe, but you don't get much control. It feels more like a template than a creative tool. You can't really push it to generate a very specific character because it gives you a general interpretation instead. Now let's look at something built specifically for anime, Tsubaki 2 on PixAI. Now right away, the approach feels different. PixAI is not a general purpose tool. It's designed specifically for anime style generation. And Tsubaki 2 is their latest in-house model built for stylized anime illustration. Now using the same prompt, the output followed the description much more closely. The eyes look like actual anime eyes. The ribbons, brooch, and gold trim are clearly preserved instead of being merged or simplified. The pose has actually motion flow. It feels like the character is mid-jump, not just standing in a pose that suggests movement. And the shading is proper Cel-style and not photorealistic blending. I also generated a second version with a slightly different pose and expression, and the characters stayed consistent. That's a big deal, especially if you're creating original characters or doing anything beyond one-off images. Now, PixAI also has a few features that make this easier. There's a prompt helper that helps you structure prompts properly, and a community remix feature where you can browse other people's prompts and reuse their settings. So even if you're not great at prompting, you can still get strong results. It also has millions of active users, which explains why there's such a large pool of shared content and styles. Now, putting all the results side by side, the difference becomes pretty obvious. The general purpose tools gives you something that looks like it's trying to be anime, but the anime specific model gives you something that actually follows anime rules. And that's really the key takeaway here. If you're just experimenting or generating random images, general tools are fine. But if you actually care about anime, whether it's character design, fan art, or building your own OCs, you need a tool that understands the visual language. Now, before wrapping up, here are a quick few red flags to watch out for when actually choosing an anime AI tool. If a platform says that it can generate every style but doesn't have an anime-specific model, it's probably treating anime as a filter. If there's no prompt input or very limited customization, you won't be able to control your character. And if details keep getting lost or results look blurry when zoomed in, that's a sign that model isn't built for this level of detail. Now, on the flip side, tools that support anime-specific models, character consistency, and detailed prompt control are usually designed with creators in mind. So, if you're serious about AI anime art, the biggest upgrade that you could make isn't your prompt. It's switching to the right tool. PixAI with Tsubaki 2 is worth checking out if you want more control and more consistent results, especially since you can try it for free. I'll leave a link in the description down below if you want to test it yourself. Let me know in the comments what tool you've been using so far and whether you've ever ran into the same issues. Having said that, that'll be all for today's video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.